Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wednesday's day trading recap video. Unfortunately, I did something today that put me red on the day. Just slightly red on the day, but it was a bigger loss and it was totally unnecessary. I broke my rules and it's a little bit painful. Otherwise than that, it would have been an okay green day. It was not like a blow away opportunity kind of day, so I don't think I would have really had any sort of 10% plus based on my average position size kind of day. I don't think it was one of those trading days, but it definitely could have been a green day. And I think this is going to be a really good recap video of why we have rules and why we follow our rules, and a good example of one of my rules. So let's go to our trading screen right now and check out what's been going on. So this is RDBX. Did I trade this ticker? I don't think I traded this ticker, but boom, big flush right now on this one. This is a pretty nasty flush, and this was a classic gapper today. And you can see my watch list here. And look at the overall indexes are slightly going red. And then look at the SPY, for example. This ticker is just falling, or not ticker, this index is falling off a cliff right now too. So, when you start seeing stuff like that, and it's already 10 o'clock, it's like, do I really want to keep, kicking it from here? Probably not, at least not for my strategy. So let's see. There we have it. I'm up on RVSN 410. That was the main ticker I was trading. But I'm down overall $150 today. So it's not a big, it's kind of a scratch day. It's not really a big deal. But the loss was really unnecessary. So let's just dive right into it, and you'll see exactly what I did wrong here. OTLY. This is a little bit embarrassing. First of all, you'll probably notice backside. I was trading backside here. Big no. I literally just came out with a whole entire video about doing less and not trading backside, not trading the range. I did it today. God only knows why. And I took a loss, and that, there it is. Actually, I had a small win here originally somewhere in this area. I think I sized in, sold on the pop, and then this was a small loss, and then here I start sizing into this one. I thought we were gonna have a little bit of pop at the open. We didn't, and I ended up kind of trying to close. I originally had my sell order here. It missed it, put my sell order lower and lower, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm chasing my stop orders. I'm never doing this, my sell orders. I'm also trading backside, which I never do. I didn't cut my losses quick enough. I mean, it wasn't really the biggest loss, but it could have been like a $200-300 loss. Like, that's what it should have been. Unnecessarily, it just doubled in the loss. It is a large cap, which is fine. Ultimately, what I did was I brought in my biases. So this ticker was up originally on some earnings, which wasn't that bad. It was a little bit worse than expected, but overall, it sounded okay. And then it popped up here really quickly, and I was like, okay, well, this ticker, I even said in the Discord, might find some support and start crawling higher to like 4 or 5 before continue selling off with the rest of the market. That was kind of my thesis, but instantly, what am I doing? I'm predicting. I'm throwing my biases on the charts, and I'm trying to predict what a stock's going to do. As a trader, our goal is not to predict. I don't predict anything. Everyone thinks like as a trader or a gambler, you're trying to predict an outcome. It's not what I'm trying to do here. All I'm trying to do is find setups like classic front sides that have good risk reward, and then try to trade that as much as possible, right? If a ticker is crawling on the front side, all I'm doing is following that trend as long as possible, and when that trend is over, I start giving back profits, and then I stop trading it, right? And that is a system or a strategy that is net positive, basically meaning the more times I do it, the more money I make. Now with trading backside, it's kind of like a net negative thing where lately, the more I trade backside, the more money I lose. So again, I don't really know why I traded it. I'll throw 2 guesses out here. One, it's been a pretty bad week in terms of just not my P&L, but just like chop. It hasn't really been good setups. It's earnings seasons right now. I think the Fed is talking later today. So it's just like all those things usually make small caps not the best for day trading. So I figured maybe I'll just, try something a little bit different today. I think that's kind of my logic behind why I did what I did. Sometimes it works, sometimes it pays off. Trading backside on large caps usually for me is much better than trading backside on small caps. So it is something that, does tend to work. It's not like something that never worked before, but in the end, as a trader, my goal is to really limit things that don't work and focus on everything that does work. And you see today, everything that does work, we'll talk about RVSN in a second, but this is a classic front side. I was milking it. The more I traded it, the more profits I made. I did quite a lot of trades on it with, unfortunately, smaller size than I probably should have. But boom, perfect example. Stick to what I know and really milk it as much as possible. Plus, if I wasn't trading OTLY, I guarantee you I would have been even more focused and probably made more on RVSN. So that's really the power of doing less but making more. That really is like, once you can figure that out with trading, it makes a huge difference. It made a huge difference with me, but every now and then, you know, we fall into bad habits and yeah, that's literally what happened today. So it's kind of funny. Ultimately, OTLY is a stock that I have a smaller long-term position, and you guys can see it in my swing trades. I started accumulating around $4 and I bought a little bit more. So I do have extra biases on this ticker. So usually I don't even like touching tickers or day trading tickers that I have any sort of bias around, because I start making mistakes. I love really trading those new gappers where I have no biases on the ticker. I look at the price and I only trade the price action. Those are the stocks I always do the best on. So usually a big first green day with high relative volume. You know, once you get on that third and fourth green day, it gets a little bit more sketchy. You bring more biases to the table and so on and so forth. I don't even really like reading the news so much. Usually when I do, I like to see that there is a catalyst, because those tickers usually perform a little bit better. But that's pretty much as far as my research will go into a ticker. So yeah, I broke a lot of rules today trading OTLY technically, so I'm a little bit disappointed in myself in that, but at least, you know, I did keep my losses small. I did eventually cut my losses, not nearly as aggressive as I should have been. I should have been really aggressive cutting my losses, especially on the breakout here at 3.5. That was a big red flag. But yeah, you know, scratch day and lesson learned. But, you know, if I just didn't trade OTLY, it would have been a decent little, you know, base hit green day, and, you know, those add up, right? So yeah, a little shame on me for that. Let's really quickly, actually, before we talk about these other tickers, I did just want to mention really fast two things, actually, and one of which is in the Discord here. Let me just throw up the Discord and scroll up really fast. So yesterday I got on a call with Toby. Where is it? Here it is. And he left a message here. I had a nice call with Alex Winkler for the trading barrier breakthrough. Really informative, and Alex is just a good guy in general. Not sure how many spots he has left, but I would highly recommend it. Thanks again, Alex. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but basically what we're doing, if you guys are not aware, you have not taken advantage of it yet, we just launched the Fast Track program in Trade Journal, where you get access to all mentor content. So you can see the posts, watch list trades, lessons, so on and so forth for all our mentors. Right now, there's only 2 mentors on Trade Journal, me and Colby, but we plan to add more. And if you ever want to become a mentor at Trade Journal, definitely just shoot me a DM, and I'll be happy to share a little bit more about how that works. Now, I told everyone who is part of the program, first just, you know, sign up to it. It's a free trial. You don't have to pay anything. And then just comment on one of my content. Now, a lot of people have not commented on my content, so I could not send them the link to schedule a call with me. So if you have not done so already, what I will also do is just, you know, shoot me a DM. All you have to do is to shoot someone a DM is just like click on their name, and I think that's all it is. And then say send message, or I think you could even send a friend request. So yeah, shoot me a friend request, and then I can DM you once I accept it, and I'll send the link there as well. So if you're in Discord, it'll be a little bit more seamless. But yeah, get on the program. We have not filled all 30 spots yet. I want to keep having this open until we hit all 30 people. So I'm getting on a phone call with 30 community members talking about what their current issues are, and then hopefully from my experience, I can help you shorten the time it takes to overcome that, right? Trading barrier breakthrough call, that's really what it's all about. And yeah, thanks again, Toby, for sharing in the Discord group. And yeah, that was a phenomenal call. It definitely went a lot longer than we expected, but it was a good time. So really happy about that. Also, it's just really nice to get to kind of meet everyone one-on-one. I know you guys by username really closely, but I only know a few of you guys by actual face, and, you know, we've actually had a conversation. So it's a really good way to get more engaged in the community. So I'm super happy about that as well. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with that. Let's keep going to these other tickers. EHTH. Now this was a really quick ticker, and I was a little bit late to the party on this one. It also didn't have the biggest volume. It was maybe okay because it was a more expensive ticker. So like if this was like a $5 stock, maybe the volume relative would be like, you know, 5, 6, maybe even 700,000 shares being traded per 1 minute. So it was okay. I went for this pullback, but it was already quite extended on the 5 minute, and, you know, On the daily, it does have nice high relative volume, but there's a lot of resistance on this ticker, so I'm not really excited. I went for this pullback. It was struggling here, and then I kind of cut this position, so kind of feels like a loss, but it was a scratch more or less. And then RVSN popped up. This was the ticker lead gapper on the day. Still, not that much volume, but it was okay. Let's look at the daily chart first. So recent IPO or SPAC merge, I'm not actually sure which one. 50 million shares, 60 million shares roughly outstanding. Market cap 40 million, so that's really nice. And boom, nice big move today. And I think, let's see here, does it have a catalyst? Price target increase, that was on the second. We don't care about that. Fed funds rate, okay, so like macro catalyst, not really the most interesting, but at least it does have high relative volume today, so that is good. Okay, so we have a little bit of things going in the right direction on this ticker, but again, huge resistance here, so that's a bit of a point of concern. Now let's go to the 1 minute and 5 minute down here and kind of get a better overview on this ticker. Pre-market, it had a move extended hours, and we've been seeing a lot of these, really aggressive moves extended hours. So my trading has been a little bit slow lately because usually I'm a pre-market, market open trader, and we haven't really had the best moves market open and pre-market lately. So yeah, this one pops up, consolidates, and then pre-market starting at 7, I start logging in. Look at this. It wasn't doing anything pre-market. I went for that initial 5-minute breakout. I'm looking for continuation, but we didn't get it. So, boom, 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 just sitting around, not doing anything. And eventually, we do get a move here. This was pretty nice. I bought into this one. I could have been a little bit more aggressive. My size was okay, but I didn't hold long enough. But it was okay. And I do a few more trades here, a few more trades here. Market opens. I don't trade this one because it sells off. It breaks higher here, so we have a little bit of a 5-minute breakout, but it's not beautiful. Small trade, flushes. Look at this flush, just disgusting. We've been seeing so many flushes lately. I buy a small size on the sell-off, and I quickly take profits. I got shaken out right here. I thought we were going to pop, but it didn't, and then I bought a little bit of a pullback here. So just kind of like slow, choppy trading, kind of spinning my wheels a little bit, but it's doing exactly what I want. It's technically a front side ticker, even though it's choppy. I'm trading those front side moves. I'm taking my profits quickly. So I'm doing everything right on RVSN. I didn't size super heavy because I didn't love the environment we are in right now with the overall small cap market. But boom, I just, RVSN was by the book, right? And then OTLY was not by the book. It was literally going against all the rules I set up for myself. So shame on me for that. And I guess I deserve the red day today. Luckily, I was able to keep it small by managing my risk, by really reducing my position size a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's all for this recap video. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're new. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.